Hi there, this is your friend Anna, and the question that I've been getting the most from all of my friends is, what are we wearing? This age-old question isn't just about choosing an outfit, it's about choosing how we present ourselves to the world. I created the I Want Her Shoes podcast to dive deep into what it means to dress with intention, whether you're heading to a council meeting or just having a casual day out with your family. Join the conversation as we explore the power of personal style and the decisions that shape our public personas. Put on your favorite pair of shoes and step into my closet. Welcome back to the I Want Her Shoes podcast, where we explore the intersection of power, polish, and personality through stories of women who lead with heart and hustle. Today we're trading stilettos for spreadsheets because our guest, known how to balance a budget and a bold look, meet Sarah Dunn, CFO at Banyan Ridge Capital Management. You're also a Big Four alum, board member, and a cat rescuer.
Very true.
With nearly 2 decades of experience in accounting and finance, you have carved out a powerhouse career while staying true to your passions, both professional and personal, which is so awesome. From SEC reporting and treasury ops to chairing finance committees at Girls Inc., and also rescuing South Beach's feline population. I know that you're a mom to about how many? 5 plus 2, 7, 7 cats, and you also volunteer a lot at the local cat rescues. So you're a ninja champion for the community. Thank you, Sarah. It's so awesome to have you here.
Thank you so much. I've been wanting to do this for a long time.
Yay! Let's go ahead and start from the beginning. What kind of got you into finance? And even before that, where are you from? How did you get to Miami?
Yeah.
You know, your family, all that stuff.
Great question. So I grew up in Connecticut, a little outside the city. By the city, of course, I mean New York City. And it's funny, when I was going into high school, I took a career test, for like electives. And it said I was going to be an accountant. And I was kind of dismayed, to be honest, because I knew I wanted to be a businesswoman. You hear accountant and you're like, what does that mean? That sounds so specific. That sounds so dorky. And I was like, I just want to do business. So I took a bunch of business classes in high school and then college. Ended up becoming an accountant, ironically. So declared the major. But there's so much you can do with accounting. So that's the exciting thing. But it can make you a business person for sure. Because I always say that financial statements tell the story of a business. So that's why I really like the numbers, because you can always kind of see what's going on there. So I started my career at PwC in New York, auditing, you would love this, retail, mostly companies.
Oh, cool.
Multinational, publicly traded retail companies. My favorite client was Colgate-Palmolive.
They actually spoke at some of our data science events, which, yes, I know about them. That's such an interesting client.
Yeah, and we had Weight Watchers was another one of my clients, and I had this one that was really cool called International Flavors and Fragrances. They actually, like if you hear about, like a celebrity like Sarah Jessica Parker making her perfume, that's where they do it. So it's really
cool.
It's very cool. So I really liked that. Then I was ready to leave New York. I moved to Miami in 2012. Was ready for a fresh start. I feel like New York is a good place to be really young or really rich. But when you're kind of like about to hit 30 and you're in that in-between phase, you're like, okay, it's nice to kind of spread your wings and go somewhere new. So I found myself in Miami, where I got a job at Ryder doing SEC reporting. They're the biggest company down here, one of the first publicly traded companies. Their ticker is R. And also my parents had split up. My mom had ended up in Florida. I wanted to live closer to her. But Miami was perfect because, a lot warmer. I've honestly not really missed New York, except for some of the food.
Yes, I definitely think we are lacking, especially some of the Asian food. Like, we just don't have that here.
Well, yeah, and like the bagels and the pizza slices.
Yes, the bagels. Yeah, there's definitely not many choices here, but we're getting there.
Yes. All the New Yorkers are coming down. So they're bringing the bagels with them.
Yes, they are. And you've worn so many hats: SVP in finance, controller, CFO. What's been the most transformative phase of your career so far?
Honestly, it was probably my last company where I became SVP, but I started as controller. It was an interesting time because I was hired by the CFO. We were actually ended up in a federal lawsuit most of the time I was at the company that was regulatory in nature, not financial, but operational, because it was a website company. And, I really had to step up. The CFO was let go, and even though I didn't technically get the title there, that was the first time I really had to step up, run the company, hold myself accountable to the board and the owners. And I feel like I kind of really grew up there professionally, and that I became really resilient and kind of ready for anything. So that was probably the most transformative for me. I was there for 4 years.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an awesome story. Thank you so much for sharing. And I know that you serve on a lot of boards like Girls Inc. of Greater Miami, and also the Sobe Cats and Spray Neuter, which we just had a little charity event you put on. It was so great.
Thank you for coming.
So cute. Yeah,
it was
going to do
adorable.
another one?
Yeah, definitely want to do more.
Yeah, well, let us know when you do it so we could share it and everything.
Oh, thank you.
What drives your commitment to volunteer work?
Yeah.
And how do you find the balance? Because I'm sure it's just a lot of work.
Yeah. So I've always loved volunteer work. Ever since I was younger, my mom was really into volunteer work when I was growing up. I think she was a great model for me in that sense, well, a lot of sense. And she, was always busy with all this stuff. And, that stuff makes me happier than anything that could happen at any job, or you kind of in real life, being able to help people or help animals is just so fulfilling. I did a lot of volunteer work in high school, even college. I did a ton of it, and I've always made time for it. Now, early in my career, I don't think I was able to make as much time for it because I was taking my CPA, my master's, hustling at PLBC. But now that, I'm more settled, it also helps you connect with the community. So when I moved to Miami, I didn't know anybody. Joining groups and volunteering is a great way to meet people that share your interests,
1,000%.
It's like the people I've met through the cat shelter, they're like some of my favorite people because we're all like a little, crazy cat people.
You guys love kitties.
We all love cats. So we have this common cause, and we're trying to save these cats, and it's incredible. So, I wish I was financially independent so I didn't have to work and I could just rescue cats all the time, but someday I will.
Someday. Well, that's what, I think that's what your vision kind of is, which is cool.
Yeah.
And let's talk a little about style and your sense of style, which is great, and you always look so fabulous. How has that evolved as, your career has evolved, and also from New York to Miami? Yeah,
that was a big shift, the New York to Miami, because it's funny, my husband, when he first met me here, he said to me, he noticed a theme, that I was wearing all black. He said, you need more color in your wardrobe. And then he started buying me little purses as gifts, and they were bright colors, like orange and green. I'd be like, what? But that's why I'm neutral.
I love it. That's such a good way to start putting color in the wardrobe.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So
with the accessories. So it's like now I look at my closet, it looks like yours, like lots of color, you know. But when you first come from New York, it's very dark, which makes sense, But I've always really liked dressing up, looking really feminine. I've always loved heels. As we've gotten older, I know some of our friends, they say, oh, I can't wear heels anymore, but my legs and my heels have always been my thing, just kind of in terms of what I like to show in my outfits. So every day when I go to work, I love to dress up, wear heels, just be very feminine. And I think as I've gotten further in my career, it's gone more from what I think I need to wear to more what I want to wear, because you get more confident as you progress in your career and in your life. So, when I first worked, I had to do whatever the client, we had to follow the client wardrobe at audit. Right. So I don't wear suits. No one wants to wear a suit. That's stuffy and boring. So it's fun when you're like, oh, I can wear what I want, and you can get more, more creative with it. But I do love adding a splash of color, especially with shoes and purses, for sure.
No, I love how you always have, today, a little bright something. It's so creative.
Oh, thank you.
And let's talk about, you talked a little bit about, before kind of blending in, and I know that finance has been historically a very male-dominated space.
Absolutely.
Have you had any challenges with that, just as far as, not just style, but just in general?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. Finance is definitely a man's world. It's interesting because accounting actually has more women than men. Even back when I was in school, I think more of the graduates from accounting programs were female versus male. And it's kind of skewed that way. I think men tend to go into more the finance, like the iBanking and all of that. And women tend to more go into accounting. But a lot of women, as you know, they drop off, right? They have that cliff and they drop off once they start having kids and things. Very few women end up in the C-suite, especially in the CFO role or a VP of finance. It's usually men. So I knew that was always going to be, a thing for me too, that I would be probably the only woman. In fact, my current firm, I'm the only woman in the whole place, but there's only 5 of us, so.
Well, hey, that's still, you still bring a lot, but I mean, I think you bring a lot of great energy, so. And it's great that there's one woman there. So,
yes,
right?
No, they're definitely very supportive, yeah, and I'm sure someday we have more hires, there'll be more women, but we're just starting lean for now.
And what is one for women or anybody that wants to get into to being a CFO or VP of finance? What is one or just a couple myths that you like to debunk about being a CFO?
Yeah, so a lot of people think it's just numbers, but the truth is a CFO wears a lot of hats. What I've learned is a lot of things fall on the CFO. It's very kind of administrative role. Right. They are right hand to the CEO or the founders. And so it's an HR role, it's a operations role, it's a treasury role, it's a strategy role. So as you're looking at things, the CFO is the one who's like, oh, well, they have a different perspective when, people are considering changes in the organization, growth, layoffs, things like that, new products. So I think the CFO has a really unique vantage point. They also get involved, often with the legal department. If there's a legal department, I've worked with counsel, like every company I've worked at. So I think it's a great seat to be in because you get to see like all the parts of the company, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Yeah, and it sounds like a pretty cool role. So don't be afraid, ladies, to get into it, right?
Yes.
And let's go back into your closet. Is there one piece that kind of makes you feel really excited and just lights up your mood?
Yeah, it's funny when I was attending my first board meeting at my last company after we got out of our lawsuit and got our board back. I treated myself to this really cute thing actually from Alice and Olivia here in the Design District.
I love Alice and Olivia. They have the cutest things.
It's so cute. And so it kind of looks like a suit, like it's white and black, like a suit jacket, but it's supposed to be meant as a dress because it goes to like almost your knee.
So you could do both maybe, right? Like use it as...
Yeah, so what I did actually, I felt a little shy, like wearing it as a dress, especially because I think it was a bunch of men. And so I put tights with it, black tights, to make it a little bit
so cute.
A little bit more modest, a little bit more professional, just to add the tights.
Yeah.
So you're not like as leggy. Yeah. But yeah, so it was great. That gave me a lot of confidence. But like if I'm off the clock, I always love, like a skirt or shorts with like a crop, just to kind of show off my abs.
Yes, because you love to work out, right?
Fitness is a big part of my life, and so yeah, I try to to wear like little outfits and look fit in Miami, and embrace it while I can.
I love it. And speaking about precision is everything in finance, and also it sounds like you like to work out, do philanthropy, do all kinds of things. How or what helps you stay grounded and avoid burnout?
Yeah, well, actually, the exercise kind of is my therapy. I think when you have an anchor routine, especially in the morning, it really kind of sets your intention and your tone for the day. So, and I've noticed when I can't work out because of, say, travel or illness or something, I feel very off. And so, and I really like working out. And it's not just the exercise itself, it's the community. Like, I like classes, I'm very social. I'm very competitive, so I like to be with my little friends. We're next to each other on a treadmill, pushing each other. The instructor's yelling, telling me to go higher in my sprint. It's like the best feeling. It reminds me of like high school. I've always been a very athletic person.
Yeah, were you an athlete in high school?
I was a swimmer.
Cool.
I swimming and track, yeah, but mostly swimming, yeah. So I always loved that. I have no coordination though with the ball. That's why I'm strong. So I'm like, I'll do swimming and track.
Hey, those are amazing things, and I think they're safer because you don't get like bumped around.
Yeah, exactly. And swimming's nice and low impact. It's like so good for you.
Yeah. Do you still swim now?
Not really, because I like being told what to do. So my dad.
So you like.
Yeah, like I like being like yelled at. Like, so if someone was yelling at me and I was with a group and we're in a pool, maybe, but I'm not gonna just like do a lap because I won't push myself as hard, Yeah. But I love being in the water, of course.
That makes a ton of sense. Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about these beautiful shoes that you brought and tell us the story behind them. And for those of you that are not watching on YouTube but just listening, these are Manolo Blahniks, and they are they're all covered with bling. Really, they're gray kind of. And do you know what they're called?
Yeah, they're Swarovski crystals.
They're Swarovski crystals. Yes. So yes, as you can imagine, they're stringy. They're like wrap around your ankle. They're beautiful.
Yeah. They're strappy, yeah. So they're like silver, probably what do you call that, satin. And then with the Swarovski crystals. So I actually got these for my wedding. I got married in St. Thomas in 2016, and it was a beach wedding. So I knew for the wedding itself, like the ceremony, I'd be barefoot on the sand. But I wanted some fun shoes. What I love about Manolos is they're actually really comfortable, like for dancing and wearing for a long time. So your wedding, you want to wear a shoe. You know, a lot of brides end up barefoot. I'm fine with that for the ceremony, but as you know, I'm a shoe and a heel person, so I knew most of my photos I wanted to be in really cute shoes that I wouldn't have an issue walking in. And I loved the bling because it's a special occasion. And also I'm very practical. I wanted a pair of shoes that I could wear for the wedding, but also would love to wear for special occasions going forward. In fact, I wore these to a girlfriend's wedding last year. I've worn them to a couple of charity galas. I don't wear them a lot. They're very much special occasion shoes, but they're very special shoes.
Beautiful shoes. No, thanks for sharing. That's an amazing story. And did you get them here in Miami?
I did. I got them in Bell Harbor. I think at the what's the anchor department store there? Saks or Nordstrom? I always get confused. Whichever one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Saks.
Yeah. I think it was the Saks there.
And have you been to the new one in the Design District?
No.
Yeah.
I need to go. We should go together.
Yes. It's like 2 stories.
Yeah. We should just go together and make sure that none of us buys anything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, cheers to let's try that, all right?
We'll try window shopping and see how that goes.
Well, Sarah, now let's do a quick little fire round of this or that. Balance sheet or income statement?
Interesting. Balance sheet.
Pencil skirt or wide leg trousers?
Pencil skirt. I hate pants.
Yes, I feel like I've never seen you in a pair of pants,
Yeah,
Sarah.
you won't.
Do you have any pants in your closet?
I have one pair of skinny jeans because as a millennial, I'm not gonna but I heard they're coming back.
Yes, no, I have so many, and I got rid of a lot of them too.
Yeah.
Because I had maybe 30.
Yeah.
But I have 5 left, and I feel like they're more flattering than the bucket jeans.
Yes.
Like the bucket thing it doesn't
Yeah.
look that great.
Yeah, the Gen Z jeans, I can't.
Yeah, that's bad. So yes.
Yeah. So definitely a skirt always.
Early morning emails or late night spreadsheets?
Late night spreadsheets. I hate mornings.
Really? But you go to the gym so early.
I know, only just because it's when I can fit it in. But my favorite time to work out
is for pushing it.
Yeah, midday is my optimal. When I worked from home for COVID, worked at home during COVID for 4 years, I always went at lunchtime, just across the street.
Yeah, well,
That's
that
my
kind of
lunch break.
I feel like energizes you, right? Kind of gives you that boost to finish the second part of your day.
Right, but if I'm going to the office, I can't go at lunch, so I go early in the morning.
Yeah. Cat cafe or champagne bar?
Ooh, cat cafe.
Yay! Do they have one here in Miami?
No, they used to. There used to be 2, and unfortunately both were actually victims of COVID, meaning the street traffic, rent, the costs. In fact, our shelters used to source the one on the beach, and that one did not make it through COVID just because of the rent.
Well, we need to get one going.
I know. That would be amazing. It's a great way to get adoptions and just for the cats to be socialized.
And the community, it sounds like that is a beautiful way to bring people together.
Yeah. And whenever I'm traveling, my husband and I, we love to go to cat cafes. I've been to them in cities and places all around the world. And a lot of them have wine, or some of them have full restaurants. Like the one in Paris has a full restaurant.
The
inside.
ones in Japan have that too. Mm-hmm. It's a full, it's a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just different perception of cats.
Right, and in the U.S., they have these laws about combining food and animals in the same space.
Yeah, so you can't really. You can have wine, but
right. So you order food, you have to kind of do it like a separate room.
Yeah,
that's why the U.S. ones are different than the other ones.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's figure out how to fund our little cat cafe. That would be so much fun.
That'd be amazing. In Buena Vista,
yes,
in our neighborhood.
There's a bunch of space here for that, for sure.
Yeah.
Statement blazer or cozy cashmere?
Statement blazer.
A nonprofit board meeting or C-suite strategy session?
C-suite strategy session.
Miami beach walk or NYC power stroll?
Miami beach walk for sure.
Yes, yeah. Number crunching or team mentoring?
Team mentoring.
I see you as a team mentor for sure.
I love mentoring.
Bold lip or soft glam?
Bold lip.
Yes. Tax season or budget season?
Probably tax season because it's shorter.
Yes.
Budgets just keep going.
That's true.
They're
Great answer.
They just keep going. And the kitten actually had a bigger role on the this week's episode.
Oh.
Her cat Shoe.
Oh wow. Well, we'll have to talk about that. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure a lot of viewers have. There's some interesting story. I feel like lines in this. I feel like Charlotte has a very. She always gets a dog thing.
I know.
It's sad. I feel like
she's always been obsessed with dogs.
Yeah, and she always kind of gets involved in some dog situations. So
that's true. That's very Charlotte.
Well, cheers, Sarah. It's
cheers.
so nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Sarah, thank you so much for stepping into your power and sharing it so generously with us. From building financial strategies to uplifting your community, your journey is masterclass in leading with both intellect. Whether it's guiding capital with precision, mentoring young women through Girls Inc., or saving Miami's most fashionable felines, you prove that numbers and heart aren't mutually exclusive. They're a superpower.
They are.
Yes. And to our listeners, if today's episode reminded you that success is more than a title, it's the legacy you build with every smart move and kind act, then you're exactly where you need to be.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to subscribe to the I Want Her Shoes podcast for more conversations with women like Sarah who lead, style, and serve with soul. And until next time, walk tall, own your brilliance, and never underestimate the power of women in heels like Sarah. Or in a finance meeting, right?
For sure.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Thank you.